Alright guys, today we're going to be doing something that I actually have not done in the entire 2.5 years that we've been traveling, which I do not recommend at all. Today we're going to be lubing up, greasing up our bearings for our wheels here, and thankfully we have a system called the Easy Lube system, which makes this a very easy process. Hey guys, my name's James.
And I'm Ashley.
Last year we sold our house and we're traveling across the country with our kids.
Hi, my name's Goose, and this is Maverick. Come join us.
The whole process is fairly simple. The only tools we're going to need today are obviously some grease. You're going to need a grease gun, some sort of paper towels or rags, a flathead screwdriver, and then a jack. Today we're just using a standard car jack. But depending on your rig, you might need something a little bit bigger, but we'll get to that later in the video. Now I will do a disclaimer. Dexter, the manufacturer of pretty much most of the axles on RVs these days, recommends occasionally doing the full pack of your bearings so you can check to see if there's any wear or tear on the actual bearings itself. But with the Easy system, the only thing you have to do is pop off this little plastic cover with a screwdriver, and then you can remove this little plastic piece right in here. And that's it. From there you can completely repack your entire bearing system from back there, all the way from the back to the front, removing the old grease and adding the new grease. This right here shows you how the new grease goes through the center, around the back, and then pushes all of the old grease out, allowing you to completely repack your bearings without having to do any of the crazy packing that you would normally have to do with these systems. Now, like I said earlier, they do recommend doing that so that way you can get in there and actually check to make sure your bearings don't have any issues or whatnot. And according to the manufacturer, you should grease your bearings every 12 months, if not 12,000 miles, whichever comes first. So we are definitely way over that, probably triple over that amount. But you know what? Better late than never. The grease we are using today is this Super Lithium EP Moly grease. Basically, there are a ton of different greases out there, some that are more specialized for your submersible trailers, like, you know, for boats and whatnot. This one is specifically designed for fifth wheels and heavy loads. Moly is apparently, I just learned this today, this Moly is the super lubricant that goes in there and helps keep things extra lubricated, but this one is specifically designed for what we need today. So, not saying that this is perfect for your rig, but this is the grease that we are using today. You can buy grease in a tub if you want to save a little bit of money, but it's an absolute pain in the butt. So if you can buy it in the canister, far easier. So what you do is you take off the plastic cap end, and that end is the end that you feed into the gun. But I'm going to have to pull this back first. Yep. Pull that all the way back. See, I'm learning as I go too. Feed that in, and then you pop the opposite end. And that's the end that you screw on the lid of the gun. And then you gotta pump out the air. Once you got consistent grease coming out the end, you can then tighten everything back up and you should be good to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get the jack underneath the rig in the right spot so I can get this wheel up off the ground. Now each rig has different manufacturer preferences on how to jack up your wheels, but what I'm doing here is placing the jack as close to the wheel as I can on the actual axle that I want lifted up. That way I'm not having to lift up the entire trailer, just getting that wheel up off the ground by compressing the suspension. I'm just using a standard car jack that I got out of my Ram 3500, so it should be plenty powerful enough to lift up this one axle off the ground. And I don't need to jack this thing way up, I just need to raise it high enough so I can rotate the wheel freely that we are going to be working on, because that will be key for when we are greasing our bearings. Pro tip, don't forget when you're doing this that make sure your other wheels are chalked, because the last thing you want to do is have this thing roll on you, because, you know, that would be bad. So once you have your grease loaded, all you got to do is pop it right in there to the Easy Lube grease fitting. So this is the part where it helps to have a second set of hands, because what you want to be doing while you're pumping in the grease here is you want to be spinning the wheel, and that allows you to evenly distribute the grease inside your bearings and everything in there. And then you want to just keep pumping until the old grease comes right out the hole here in the front. And as that slowly comes out, you want to scoop it up and get rid of, dispose of the old discolored grease until you start to see the fresh new grease coming out.
Air bubble.
Oh. And occasionally you'll run into problems. This is what you won't see on other people's videos, where you'll get air bubbles in your grease gun and you'll have to bleed out the air so you can get the grease going again. So we're not gonna cut that out. I'm gonna leave that in because things never go as smoothly as they show on YouTube. So a lot of videos will see this in fast forward, which I'm sure I'll skip forward in this as well, but I think on the last wheel we were doing, we were pumping for at least 5-10 minutes before it came all the way through. So don't think that this happens in like 30 seconds or less. Nope, it's not coming out yet. Keep going. I mean, I see a little bit in there, but nothing's poking out yet. And I want to see if it's the fresh grease or the old grease that's coming out. So you want to keep pumping until the grease comes out of this little hole. And you don't want to reach in there with your finger, especially if it's spinning, because it is sharp and you can cut yourself on there. But as soon as you see the old grease coming out, you just wipe that up until the new grease finally comes out. But it looks like we actually have brand new grease already there. So, brand new grease. To get it all wiped up and cleaned out so you can still get in there. And all we gotta do is pop back on our little Easy Lube. Clean it up. And we're good to go. Once you get your jack down and everything back into place, one of the things that you can do at this point in time is you can just check your lug nuts. Actually, if you guys saw earlier, probably have already shown you, we took this wheel off completely. So definitely check out your manufacturer and what you're supposed to set yours to. But ours is about 110 to 120 foot-pounds is what they want on each lug nut. So this is a great time just to make sure that we're tight and good to go. All right, now that that wheel is completed, all we have to do is repeat the process on the other 3 wheels. And just a little tip for you guys, we used for all 4 of our wheels 3 of the 14-ounce tubes of grease. So if you're trying to figure out how much grease do I need, if you want to be better safe than sorry, you can do 1 tube per wheel, but we did 3 tubes for 4 wheels. So, you know, those are 14-ounce tubes. So what is that, like 10 ounces roughly per wheel? So go ahead and do the math on your rig, whether you have 2, 4, or 6 wheels, to figure out how much grease you're gonna need. Leave me a comment down below. Are you liking these kind of tips videos? Should I be doing more of these, or do you like the more full lifestyle vlogs where we just have little tips thrown in there? Let me know down below in the comments, guys. But thank you so much for watching. Remember, stay positive, get out there. Life is an adventure, so make some memories.
Ella, give her some help! Give her some help!
Push her in!
Oh my God!